Welcome back, everyone. My name is Echo. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. In today's Minecraft video, we are back on Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version, for a brand new beta and preview. This is the version 1.19.40.20. Here is the confirmation from Jay Wells, Megaspud, our community manager. He said, hello. In the Minecraft preview this week, we have some more exciting fixes and tweaks. A fix for mob spawning in the ancient city, and some additional tweaks for the mobile touch controls. If you want the changelog, it is down below. Great news! Minecraft beta version 1.19.30 is complete. We now enter the beta and preview stages 1.19.40. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen, because there is a lot of features to go through in today's beta and preview. Let's waste no time. Features and bug fixes. It says updated touch controls. There's a lot of changes. Let's read the changelog. Here it is in the official changelog, updated touch controls. We have some exciting changes for mobile touch controls. These updates are only available in the Minecraft preview currently, but we would love your feedback. Please let us know what you think in the feedback thread here, and they have posted a link. I am forever getting comments saying, hey Echo, how come the new touch controls haven't been released yet? That is because they are not complete. They are still working on them, and the developers would like your feedback. People have already started leaving feedback. Implemented a button under settings touch to show the touch control selection screen, which can be used to modify the selected control scheme. When the auto jumping feature is enabled, the player will now automatically jump out of water when moving towards a block on land. In the creative mode, while using touch input with action buttons off, the delay for breaking the first block has been increased to 800 milliseconds. This reduces the chance of breaking a block by accident. They have added support for dragging and dropping with touch gestures in the inventory. They have added a more tailored user experience for stack splitting with touch, initiated by long pressing on a stack of items. Double tapping descend now toggles off flight in joystick touch control modes. Updated the positioning of status effects for Pocket UI. This might sound confusing, so I'm going to go through all of this in game. Let's check it out together. Once you're in the latest beta or preview, go into settings and tap on the touch controls. On the top right, it will now say control mode. I currently have selected joystick and aim crosshair. There is also a new button which is select control mode. Tap on that. You'll then be faced with this screen. There are 3 different options for players to choose between. Let's start off on the top one. This is joystick and tap to interact. There is a short demonstration with each one. For example, for this one, it says drag the joystick to move. Drag anywhere else to look around. Tap and hold blocks to interact with them. And this one says, which is D-pad and tap to interact. Tap arrow to move. Drag anywhere else to look around. Tap and hold blocks to interact with them. That's the old school method. And then the bottom one is joystick and aim crosshair. Drag the joystick to move. Drag anywhere else to look around. Aim the crosshair and use buttons to interact with blocks. Again, still no way to customize the controls as of yet. I have found a bug. As you can see, my settings, my chat, and my emotes button are slightly off-centered to the left-hand side and currently covering up my coordinates. The first change we have is when the auto jumping feature is enabled, the player will now automatically jump out of water when moving towards land. So if we do this, it will automatically jump for you. It's just going to make life so much easier for the touch players if you have auto jump on. The next change in creative mode, while using touch input with action buttons off. The delay for breaking the first block has been increased to 800 milliseconds. This reduces the chance of breaking a block by accident. So if you're using this kind of formation and you go into your creative inventory and you grab yourself a block and you tap out of it and you tap on something by mistake, you end up breaking a block by mistake. So they've increased to prevent that from happening. So if you're a creative builder, you'll like that one. Added support for dragging and dropping with touch gestures in the inventory. So something I've noticed here is that you can long press this and it gives you like a new slider here. So let's go to like, let's say we wanted to do like half a stack, right? 32. I can drop 32. Now, something else I also noticed as well is it's a lot easier and things are selected. So it's showing me the selected things can be moved around. Also available is double tapping descend. Now toggles off flight in joystick touch control modes. According to the changelog, they updated the positioning of status effects for Pocket UI. You can see it center of my screen. Something tells me that's in the wrong position and probably going to be moved elsewhere because my settings, chat, and emotes are also in the wrong place. So probably going to be located on the top right of your screen. Something else I also noticed is if you do long press on an item, let's say 33, you can actually spread these across a lot easier. It's just so easier now. It's time saving for Pocket players. I will go over the touch controls in a little bit more detail in a separate video. But for now, let's go through the rest of this week's changes. Moving on to this week's vanilla parity, the first change we have is spectators no longer drop XP orbs when killed. We got a bug report. Seems to have been a problem in all the 1.19 versions. It says spectators drop their XP upon death. That shouldn't happen anymore. Let's just give myself some XP. Let's go to / game mode spectator. Let's do / kill and then do the real echo. So I die. Let's quickly respawn. Let's go to game mode survival here. Check this out. I still have the same levels and no XP orbs were dropped. And as you guys have just seen there, spectators no longer reset their player level when killed. It also says getting killed by a renamed weapon now produces a death message with the item name. So if you are killed by the shooting star, it will say you were killed by the shooting star in chat. Moving on, it says the roofed forest, savanna mutated, and birch forest biomes use the correct grass colors. We got a bug report. Wow, this was reported on the 28th of June, 2018. And it's not been fixed in all of these versions until this week. Basically, the coloring system was completely wrong for Bedrock Edition. Accessibility features. Hotbar item text background now is affected by the text background opacity slider. We got a bug report. Another long-lasting bug report. Text background opacity doesn't work for most text. Now, I'll show you guys a quick video here. So what the person is going to do is change settings, accessibility, change the text background opacity, and the background where it says lodestone should change. Let me show you. As you can see behind where it says netherite sword, there is a faint black box. If you now go into your settings option and tap on accessibility, this one here, which is text background opacity, if we put this to 100%, the black box is going to be solid. Finally, after all of these years, they have changed this. So if we were to change this to, let's say, we'll do it to like 3% here. It's like very faint. You can't really tell, to be honest with you. But yeah, that was finally fixed this week. Great news coming out of the deep dark. Ancient cities. Mobs no longer spawn within the bounds of an ancient city. We got a bug report. Mobs can spawn in deep dark biome in ancient cities. They are not meant to spawn within the deep dark biome. It's been fixed this week. I decided to stay here for 15 minutes to see if any mobs did spawn. They did not. That is good news. However, you still need to be careful within this location because neighboring biomes can still have mobs like zombies or in some cases skeletons or creepers spawning. They can wander into this location and summon Skug Shriekers and summon the Warden, but this is good news. But it's not going to be introduced until Minecraft Bedrock gets 1.19.40. Again, this feature was meant to be in 1.19.0. I guess it's better late than never, right? Moving on to Education Edition changes. NPC names default to only being displayed while looking at them. Gameplay changes. Falling blocks no longer break when landing on double slabs. We got a bug report. Falling blocks will be broken when falling on all kinds of double slabs. Here is the affected blocks such as anvil, sand, gravel, concrete, and scaffolding. Should be fixed today. So let's run this test. Anvil. Whew, that guy nearly got squished. Sand. Sand doesn't break. Gravel, concrete, and scaffolding. Or scaffolding does seem to break, but I think it's not meant to break on this. So if we was to... And I'm not quite sure about the scaffolding one, to be honest with you. But anyway, they no longer break. Keyboard users can now sprint when moving diagonally. We got a bug report. Cannot strafe sprint if A or D is held first. That was reported in 1.17.34. Apparently fixed today. Added a fix, so huge fungus stems will no longer replace partial blocks when growing from Nylium. We got a bug report. Apparently a problem for quite some time, reported back in 2020, and this is what was happening. So if you bone mealed the actual fungus, it would overlap the blocks, such as pistons. Apparently this was fixed today. Let's test it. Bone meal. What we need is here. We do this. As you can see, it still grows up, but it doesn't replace the pistons or any other type of block. So to be honest, that looks pretty cool. So yeah, it has been fixed. Fixed an issue which caused redstone to output the wrong signal strength in certain configurations. We got a bug report. Here is the report. Reported back in 2020. Been a problem since 1.16. And the user explained what the problem is compared to Java and how things should work. It's now been fixed. Fixed several issues related to sticky pistons being used near world build limits. We got a bug report. Here is the bug report, and the user is just demonstrating how the pistons were not working towards the bottom of their world. General changes fixed a bug where usernames could be above max size. Graphical changes, water texture on some waterlogged blocks no longer renders too bright when placed under other blocks. We got a bug report. Some waterlogged blocks lighting are too high when under some blocks. Been a problem for quite some time. Classed as a vanilla parity. So again, some very long-lasting bugs are finally being squished. That's good news. Fixed a potential issue with screen position on Android devices. Well, they've got a new one as of today. Items fixed a bug which caused the game to crash when loading an arrow with an unrecognized data value. Mobs, baby villages will again accept flowers from iron golems. Now again, this is RNG and it's not always gonna happen, but if like you did have a bunch of these little guys running around, for example, they can take flowers once again from iron golems. But again, it's a random thing that happens. Guardians are no longer able to float in the air. We got a bug report. If you had a guardian farm and you seen flying guardians, yeah, it should be fixed as of today. Enabled tamed mobs that follow the player to follow the player through an end portal. All right, little guy. Let's test this out. Oh, we've also gained ourselves a pig too. But it does work. Grove biome, now classified as cold, and villagers spawn there will now be the snow variant. We got a bug report. Villager spawn eggs used on Grove, frozen peaks, snowy slopes, and jagged peaks. Don't spawn snowy plains villages. I think I've showed you this one before. Must have been reoccurring. It's now been fixed. Profile changes. Removed the clear account sign-in data button from the settings menu from non-Switch platforms, as it is only intended to function on Nintendo Switch. Let's move on to user interface. It says, to make finding the right thing in settings easier, the profile screen has been split into two new sections, general and account. So if you go into settings now, we now have world controls, general and account are now here. So general, there's a few general things there. Your account, located things. Again, not a huge change, but if you're wondering where certain things are, that's where they are. Ensured proper text-to-speech support for the revamped death screen. Fixed a bug where achievements would be disabled for some world templates. Fixed a bug causing player to move in the wrong direction after turning using VR snap camera movement. World and dimensions. Fixed a bug which caused boats to disappear when pushed through a portal. Commands. Fixed a problem with teleports appearing to fly the target to the new location instead of being instant. Added the replace block overload to the /loot command. Implemented the /execute rotated and /execute rotated as commands. Added the ability to set a custom block with a specific custom block property using the /set block command. Stability and performance. Fixed a crash that could occur when an animated structure was loading from a structure block and the player left a dimension via a portal. We got a bug report. There is the bug report. Been an issue since the 1.18 versions. I think these might be a video here. It's just going to show you exactly what the problem is. So if you load it, go for a portal. It could crash your game by the looks of things there. So yes, that's now been fixed. And last but not least, technical updates. Let's read the change log. Here are your technical updates. There's been changes to data-driven items, actors, AI golds, entity documentation, and game test framework. Links down below. That is everything we have in today's video. I'm going to go and mess around with the touch controls a little bit more. Might bring you an updated video. Have a wonderful day. Let me know your opinions on the controls, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.